You're a big fan of this one.
I love this one. It's a shame because I liked... Well, I've even got their app.
Costa was the only place you'd go.
I've even got their app.
Didn't like the
So...
Didn't like the Starbucks.
Didn't like Starbucks coffee. I'm not a big fan of McCafes.
McCafe.
McDonald's coffee. I'm not a big fan of it.
You tried Greg's coffee?
Haven't tried a Greg's coffee. I see a lot of tradesmen going.
It's kind of like the McDonald's ones. They're actually alright. I like them.
I imagine they are. I'd have to get around and try. Maybe I should just stick the main coffee home.
It's not like barista coffee or anything.
Just get like a 400. No, I imagine it's not. It's just a couple of granules, bang, sugar, hot water, bang, done. Out you go. Ball, TikTok, get out. Gave us £4.80 on that. So headlines from the Telegraph. This was published on the 3rd of August. Telegraph's headlines from the 3rd of August. All right. So Costa's woke leaves me no choice but to boycott them. Who's with me? Oh dear. So another brand out there has felt to join the woke train.
Yes, we'll try and put a photo up on the screen of what Costa have done to get.
But we're going to have to blur the image because I think it's horrific. It is a photo of a mutilated person holding a coffee with lipstick, blue hair, and short sides. I mean, I don't even know what. Looks like something out like the Marines would look like in Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
With the flame.
I do kind of see what you mean.
What?
It's a little bit interesting with what Costa have done here. Now this is going to be the new design on the side of it. Is it the side of their cups, or are they using it for banners?
They've said banners. They've put it on the windows. I've had rumours it's going to be on the cups.
I guess we'll see about that. It's interesting because Costa have actually been accused of being anti-LGBTQ.
Even though...
So they've obviously then gone in on this and tried to go in too hard, I think.
Even though, like I said earlier, their merchandise, they had cups, they had the literal like cardboard cups, the coffee containers, they had cakes made in the colours, everything. But when you walked into Costa, you could walk in there and you didn't have to pay that. You didn't have to buy that part. Yes, they supported Pride, fine, but you could also just get a normal mug of coffee. Normal mug on it. I wasn't getting it forced down my throat. I wasn't getting like, yep, look at that, multicolours, yep, okay, cool. What's at the end of the rainbow? Pot of gold?
Are they saying that this is going to be forced, as in this is going to be on the cup and you're going to have it?
Well, this is on the side of vans. This is on...
Oh, so you're talking about they're more trying to force the message rather than just being a part of it.
We're not anti-gay.
It's almost like they've gone, we're not anti-gay, look at this.
But of all the things you could have chose, what was wrong with just having the colours?
So what offends you the most about it?
What offends me the most is that a child's going to question why that person has scars under their nipples.
That's an interesting one to explain to a child, because I remember when I was a kid, my mum purposely didn't explain to me how kids were born until I was, I don't know, 9, 10 maybe.
How they conceived.
Because I remember being 5 years old and being like, oh, how are babies born? And she goes, oh, your tummy opens up like a little door, which is hilarious.
Exactly, leave it to their imagination.
I wouldn't have understood if she tried to explain what actually happened, so I get it. But how it's going to be difficult to explain to a child of 5 or whatever what this is all about. I don't think that's going to really go down too well.
There we go. Not just even that. Costa Coffee's gender madness, the dark side of woke capitalism. That's what I'm saying. We've got a photo here of all they had to do was just simply like that. There's no harm. It's showing the miracle of a baby that's basically being breastfed by its mother, and they could have that anywhere and no one would have questioned it. But this one, I mean, I think they're on a surfboard as well.
Do you know what I find?
Drinking a coffee. I mean, it's well off the fucking Richter scale.
Do you know something I'm wondering about this sort of thing? Is why are Costa even getting involved in the conversation?
Don't need to, do they?
Why are they getting involved and sort of, trying to force this side of the argument down people's throats in a weird way? Why do they feel the need to get involved in it?
Don't need to get involved.
I don't really understand.
You fucking sell coffee.
Yeah. That's what I don't really get.
I don't care what you do as long as you sell me coffee.
It brings us back to the whole Budweiser thing that we were talking about many, many moons ago. In the sense that why can't Budweiser just sell beer? Why do they have to get involved in the conversation?
Well, you're making me feel... What's the word for not included?
Excluded?
Excluded. You're making me feel excluded, Costa. Because I don't have mutilated tits.
No.
Tell you what, Costa, you're fine. You're on your own. I'm not buying from you no more. I'd be deleting your app as well. It's do that on screen so everyone can see it.
Deleting the Costa app.
That's it.
How many beans were you away from a free drink?
I literally just used all my 2 free drinks Sunday
there you go.
before this happened.
Good thing
as
you
well.
used them then.
So good. I'm glad I used them. I was free out of 10.
You'd have been shit out of luck if
Yeah,
you'd
I'd
have
be
had, like, 2 free
fuming. I'd have had
coffees
to
on
have sent them to someone else. But yeah, so there we go. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yeah, bye.
there. It's gone.
Another app gone.
No more Costa.
So, you know, when are we all going to jump off this bandwagon and get back to reality of just sell a fucking product and get on with it?
I mean, I do understand in some sense you do have to have some sort of marketing aspect to selling a product. Like, I get that Budweiser, you know, they used to market towards, you know, men in trucks and blah 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 blah. Which
But
I
they
guess
didn't,
is,
did
which
they?
I guess is
What did it have on the side? Did it have on the side of a can a fat man?
No,
with a truck in
I'm
his
talking more like the adverts and stuff. You
No,
know, they
yeah,
got to do that
but
stuff
the
because that's their demographic.
It's the can. It's
But
the
it's the
product
fact that
itself.
the actual product, like, I feel like whoever you are, you know, you should be able to pick up a can of Budweiser or a cup of coffee or whatever and not feel either included or excluded. It's just a coffee. Like, you don't need to feel inclusion from the coffee you're drinking.
You know, why haven't we got... It's just the same old argument I want to throw out there again. Why haven't we got pictures of lost veterans that died in the wars and fought for the country for the freedom for us to sail the Costa?
I mean, we know why, because it's not trendy.
Because it's not trendy.
And it doesn't get likes on Facebook.
But because it's the
That's
hard-earned truth that people in the left world buried their head in the sand and thought, no one ever did that.
Yeah.
No, that's wiped out of textbooks. No one ever did that. There was never a nasty painter from the East that come over and took everything. Wake up. It's going to happen again. I can tell you now. You've got one going on right now and he's just laughing his head off at us over there in Russia. Absolutely laughing at everything we do.
I do like the description of the nasty painter from the East.
Yeah, well, I can't really say his name.
We'll get the video taken down.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know,
that's just how it is. Again, you can't even say people's names because you just get removed. And it's like Costa now. I can guarantee you, if I went into Costa now and someone handed me over one of those cups, I ain't taking that, and I've already paid for it, I'd cause a scene. I'd probably be arrested and beaten black and blue.
Yeah, probably.
But if I had like short hair with pink and I said, I don't know, uwu, and I fucking had kitty ears on, and I had a butt plug tail hanging out my fucking trousers, hanging out my trousers, and I was walking around my tallywhacker out because you're allowed to do that on Pride Day, which is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, you know, it's just going too far-fetched now.
It's definitely gone to a point where it's gone a little bit too far, I think. And I don't know about you.
You all get hurt seeing a swastika. I get hurt seeing that.
I was talking to someone else the other day. I can't even remember who it was. It might have been you. But I was just talking about how I think all this woke stuff, especially in 2023 right now, it's almost getting to a tipping point where I think the average person for so long has been like, oh no, trans rights, we agree with that. But it's gone to a tipping point where the woke people, or the average person, are kind of looking at these woke people and they're kind of going the other way a little bit. They're kind of retreating from it, like, whoa, this is a little bit too much.
They had years where everyone accepted who they were. I had gay mates now. I had a gay mate. He died, bless him. He was fucking hell. He was so heavily gay. Wouldn't leave us alone in the pub. It was on us, but we just ignored it. That's sexual harassment.
It probably is.
That is sexual harassment, but we just ignored him because we're fellas. He's who he is and we're who we are. Look, we used to say to him, I'm not going to name him, look, Luke, that's what I'm going to call him. You leave your penis alone at the bar. You don't need to get it out. You know, but we're all having a laugh. But that's who he was. We went to a gay club with him. Everything, you know, and we let him be. I watched him snog another man, you know, and you go, you know, but that's him. That's who he was. I didn't question it. And when we come out there, you know, when you go, fuck that, let's go somewhere normal. You know, but that was normal to him. That wasn't to me. And we're all going to be like that. That's like taking, I don't know, you can't physically, it's like taking a cat, throwing it in a dog kennel. Not every dog's going to like the cat.
No, that's true, I suppose.
So,
you know what?
It's nature.
The one thing I don't...
We have opinions.
The one thing I don't agree with is...
It's the sexualisation of it towards children.
Yeah.
That's where it's getting
That is wrong. But the one thing I really don't agree with is obviously hating on someone just because... Like, no, just because they're gay.
Got nothing to do with that. It's the movement. This is reminding me of a very big red banner with a black symbol in the middle.
Yeah,
that's what this is turning into.
We won't say that either because it'll get taken down.
Yeah,
but I think it's the fact that it's not actually the gay people, the trans people, the bi people that we're trying to, or at least me, is against. It's the woke. It's like this woke movement.
It is, yeah.
Where it has gone a little bit too far now.
It's just getting a bit ridiculous. Just leave it alone. Why do you need to market towards a certain few people because of a minority over a majority? Like, I don't see Toyota Hilux advertising to the Middle East because they run around with 50 cows on the back of them. Do you know what I'm saying?
I kind of hate this whole sort of current era we're in where a big corporation or a big business or anything, like Costa, for example, someone says you're anti-LGBT, and Costa sort of go, instead of saying no or ignoring it or just carrying on, they're like, oh no, wait, look at this, we're not. And it's like,
we've just pulled Stephen out the back. He's come up with this brilliant idea. Stephen's not allowed in the office because he's a molester, but he's come up with an idea, and they're live.
I don't even know where to go from there.
I don't know. No, right, but we go back on this train. Right, get back on this train, not this other one. But it's true. Like what they were. I'm not being funny. I used to stand there in Costa in the middle of the winter, and I used to look at their cups, and I used to look at their refill cups, and I used to think, "Jump, fair play. It's got a rainbow on it," and then next to it, it's got pretty flowers. I thought, yeah, fair enough. I can't have both because one's got flowers on it. But I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't bitch about it.
Do you know what's
I didn't
hilarious?
turn around and say you're not being inclusive.
The funniest thing about it is things like, you know, rainbow branded products, whatever. If I went into Costa and there was a rainbow cup, I'd look at it and think, that's kind of cool, I'll get that. But the reason I don't is it's not because people might think I'm gay or
doesn't fit,
or anything like that. I think the reason I wouldn't get it is because people are going to think I'm woke. I would much prefer people think I'm gay rather than woke.
Even though I was going to, do you know what I mean? What I'll go with is that. Have you ever seen, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry?
Yeah.
And Matey Boy goes through your bin and he says, nothing looks gay in here.
I do remember that, yeah.
That is what we're looking at here.
It's a little bit odd, isn't it?
It's strange, isn't it? You don't look gay enough.
The thought of being classed as woke genuinely offends me really, really bad because of the way it's gone so far. And like, I'd rather people think I'm gay and not even say anything about it. You know, because I wouldn't care. But people thinking I'm woke kind of offends me because of the way the movement is.
It kind of shows when we had the World Cup over on the East. And basically we had the captain's armband, which was LGBT colours. He had to cover it up still. Mm-hmm. You really don't think that much for it if you still got to cover it up. If you were that spearhead on it, we would have stood up to them over there and said, nope, we're England. We defend the LGBT Google password community. He will have a rainbow. Do you know why? Because you'd have been kicked out of that stadium. Yep. If you seriously felt strong about something, you'd have fought for it. We've got men and women out there that serve for our flag, right, and go overseas to respect that flag and to keep the freedom that we do. And this is what we're fucking wasting our time on.
Do you know what?
We don't even know what fucking gender we want to be.
All kind of that whole football thing you just said. This all goes back to the classic. Everyone has strong morals until they're given enough money.
That's basically
and then they chuck them out the window.
Yeah, it all goes out the window. Yeah, we got the photos with it and then cover it up during the game. Yeah, because you knew you'd have been kicked off the pitch. That your morals there should have stood higher than the game. You should have gone, nope, we're not having it. It's the same with BLM. We kneel. Some countries don't kneel. Oh, well, I think that's offensive. No, it's because they stand against their morals. That's their morals. They won't do it. But because it's a fixed agenda, and it's only until someone's paid off enough to shut his fucking gob and it ends. This is all this would do. This would be a little campaign. They're going to lose probably about 15% of their clientele, if that 5%.
Yeah,
because people will enjoy Costa so much they'll still go to the drive-through. But on the vans, it's going on the marketing, it's going on the front of the stores, coffee shops, whatever. You've lost me, mate. You've lost me, Costa. He probably doesn't mean anything to you. I probably only spend about 50 quid a month in there, but that's fine. You've lost me. So yeah, 50 quid's a lot on coffee when you think about it.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
When you think about it. So now I'm going to buy myself a machine and I go downstairs and throw out all of my Costa stuff and I get stuff that doesn't have anything to do with Costa and I'm just going to go from there. Who's next?